What's up, guys? Beastmaster here. This is a Beastly Freakly Weekly. I just wanted to make a quick video, say what up to y'all, and ask you what you think of my speech that I threw up a couple days ago. Originally, this thing was like 45 minutes long, and I stuttered and I, got tongue-tied a lot. So I was able to take this 45-minute long speech and shorten it down to 19 minutes without losing any of the meat and potatoes. And the speech is great in its entirety, but I believe that it is even better when it's shorter, sweeter, and more to the point. And it looks a little choppy, but I edited the video to the audio to make sure that you could hear me coherently, and my cameraman's like zooming in and out and scanning the room and stuff, so it does have a little bit of an uneven effect. But take this into consideration, it's completely homemade, you know what I mean? I'm a ninja, nothing more. I don't have any fancy editing equipment, just the iMovie on my Mac. Hey, but that's all you need. The ninjas over at myjuggalospace.com have online, radio shows. On that note, I want to give a shout out to Psycho Bug Joe. He's the owner of My Juggalo Space, and he's a good homie. Jay and Sheila. If you're one of those ninjas that's online and you don't have a My Juggalo Space account, you need to get your act together. Just go sign up, check out all the freshness. They've been around for a minute. Major props to Sideshow's Carnival. Check out this ninja's website. He made a page for CarnivalSpirits. Tell me that isn't the bomb right there. Thank you, Ninja. All this talking's got me thinking. Want to give some more shout outs to Tommy B. My best friend introduced me to ICP back in the day. I talk about him in my speech a little bit. What up, Tommy? While I'm at it, definitely want to give a shout out to Mr. Hatchet, True Juggalo family. Shout out to Juggalo Nation. That flag is looking mighty fresh, and I can't wait to see that in the upcoming documentary for the American Psycho Tour. Shout out to T-Dog, Terry, what's cracking? Shout out to Trent Abanatha. I'm sorry, homie, I'm butchering your last name. Abanatha. Shout out to Venom, Miss Cyanide, Deadly Poisons. Shout out to that motherfucker Forever Man. Shout out to Morton and Drunk Dumb Fucks. Shout out to Suicide, Ghoulface. Shout out to Boppo the Clown, one of the few ninjas I know who's been to every single gathering. Shout out to the CarnivalSpirits crew. We got Scotty Two Balls, Don Chaos, Callie Green Too Fresh, always keeping it wicked fresh. We got Bobolo, we got Fred. I can't remember who all else is on there, but y'all should make some more videos so we remember. Shout out to Nappy J and Mrs. Care Bear. They just got married yesterday on St. Patrick's Day. And that homie's putting together Juggalo Nation Part 3. It's a good time to be a Juggalo. You guys already know about Nappy J Productions. I can't wait to see what this Juggalo wedding is going to look like. So I put this slideshow at the end of the speech. It's just a slideshow of my homies and I repping the clowns for the past 16 years. And I put it to Through Your Eyes from Twisted. And I chose that song because it's an awesome song and it's from Mirror Mirror, and the 10-year anniversary of Mirror Mirror is right around the corner, like Scotty's already pointed out. So I wanted to talk about Mirror Mirror and reminisce on how fresh it was when Twisted booked a autograph signing in-store for Mirror Mirror the night before it dropped. So we all went down to the, what was it? Was it Tower Records? It might have been Strawberries. All I know is that I stood in line for about 5 hours with a bunch of ninjas, and I got my copy of Mirror Mirror signed by Madrox and Monoxide, and we got to give him daps. You know, the first time I saw Twisted at an in-store was the Psychopathic Asylum 99 Juggalo Brothers tour. And they were behind that plexiglass, so I didn't even really get to talk to them. You know, all I could do was like show Madrox my Batman tattoo and look at him give me a thumbs up telling me it's the shit through the fucking wall. A couple fresh things about the Mirror Mirror in-store is there were juggalos in the parking lot bumping music, you know, and just chilling. You know what I'm saying? You put a bunch of juggalos in a line for something like an in-store signing, and it's like a barbecue without the barbecue. So anyways, when Mirror Mirror dropped, they didn't tell us that it was going to be such a big album. We all thought it was going to be like a 3 or 4 track EP. And when you crack the CD open, the track listing is in the inside, so you didn't even know how many songs are on it until you opened it up. And that was awesome. They did it on purpose. They wanted to surprise us. I can't say enough about Mirror Mirror musically, lyrically. It's one of my favorite Twisted albums to date. Twisted does not get the credit that they deserve. You know, we're going to talk about Twisted some more in future videos. I'm just throwing it out there. Jamie Madrox, Monoxide are the shit. I'm preaching to the choir. Yo, shout out to the boy Blue. I see you sharing some of our videos on Juggalos Online and on Facebook and stuff. That's much appreciated. So anyways, this is turning out to be quite the lengthy, beastly, freakly weekly. You know, this one's got no real rhyme or reason. I just wanted to talk about some stuff, you know. Shout out to Vanilla Ice. He's always assuring ninjas that he is signed to Psychopathic Records, and he's going to be putting out his album later this year. You guys hear that dubstep track he did live and threw up on YouTube? I'll throw a link in the description for that as well. So who knows if the whole album is going to have that dubstep or electronic music sound. Now, I'm not exactly up to speed with the definitions of dubstep. I know one of Callie Green's homies made a video describing and explaining dubstep and, like, you know, the evolution of the terms and all that shit. I watched that a while ago. I'll put a link in the description. Shout out to Test Dummy 22, who doesn't really do Juggalo vlogs anymore right now, but he did throw up this video of this like early 1980s rendition of the Wraith in a fucking Atari game, and, you know, posed the question of, did the inspiration for the image of the Wraith come from this obscure computer game from the early 80s, which is not entirely impossible, and I really do want to know what you guys think about that. I'll throw a link in the description. I am recently a new subscriber of Test Dummy 22's other channel, Planet of the Geeks. Shout out to everybody who follows CarnivalSpirits on Twitter, everybody who likes us on Facebook, you know, everybody who likes us on JuggaloBook.com. You guys got a lot of negative publicity just recently. I'm sure that did wonders for your traffic. You know, JuggaloBook.com is just like Facebook, except instead of the like button, there's a whoop whoop button. Shout out to Outland Camp. Yo, those guys just killed it opening up for Slain at the Middle East in Cambridge on St. Patrick's Day Eve the other night. I actually bootlegged that show, so I'll put a link in the description for their entire set. And Slain set, by the way, which was off the chain. You know, my girlfriend couldn't make it to the show, and she's a huge Slain fan, so I picked up his CD, A World With No Skies 2.0, got him to sign it for her. He wrote Happy St. Patty's Day on it. Slane's the shit, man. He's a down-to-earth dude. Yo, shout out to Rev Low Key in Area 17 at the Gathering. Yo, shout out to my homies out in Buffalo. Dizzle, Slice, Flatline of Camp Crystal Lake. I'll throw a shout out to Fago Lovers Anonymous. Can't wait to see your upcoming shows. Yo, shout out to Trina Mason. Yo, shout out to Big Irish Juggalo. Shout out to Goat Boy. Yo, shout out to Guido. Yo, shout out to Lo and Juggalos R Us. Yo, shout out to Tori and Jay. The New Year's Ninja Party DVD is coming out real soon. I already pre-ordered mine, so I got the t-shirt coming, which is great because I didn't have any money for the t-shirt when I was there. You know, on New Year's Eve, I was wearing a full suit with a hatchet man over my tie. People were telling me I looked like I was FBI, which is funny because every time a fight broke out, the narcs were actually dressed in hoodies. I know a lot of you guys are stoked about the Twisted and Cottonmouth Kings tour and that Hostile Takeover tour Tech Nine's doing. You know, one of the things I noticed when I was watching the main event is that, you know, Violent J and Corp and Tony are very much enthralled in WWE wrestling plot lines. You know, it was really funny to watch them discuss the beef between The Rock and John Cena on their wrestling show, and they're actually putting up clips from their battles, their verbal battles and stuff, and they're talking about how each one of them is attacking the other and trying to ruin their credibility, and they're taking phone calls from Juggalos to get everybody's opinion on this beef between The Rock and Cena. You know, I'm an old school wrestling mark, but not anymore. I didn't know anything about this beef between The Rock and Cena until I watched the main event, and now I'm completely caught up to speed with it, and I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. I'm not going to start watching Monday Night Raw just because of that, but I am going to keep watching the main event. And Violent J dropped all this information about the Mighty Death Pop and the packaging and the Pop Emporium and the Colored Smothered and whatever other, and all I know is he said that they're putting out another infomercial or video about all the bonus features of the Mighty Death Pop. And the only thing they're not going to tell us is what's on the actual main album, which is the way it should be. All I gotta say is bring it on. So here's what Violent J, Corp, and Too Tough Tony reminded me of when they were talking about The Rock and John Cena's beef. It reminded me of the way everybody talks about CPN and Crazy McCormick's beef. And it's really weird because I don't even know these guys on a personal level, but their reputations precede them. And, you know, I'm a fan of CPN's vlogs. I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I just got home, so you know the deal. I'm your friendly neighborhood Beastmaster. This has been your Freakly Weekly Beast. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.